Well, afternoon boys and girls. Well, I seem to have a bit of an issue with my VHF marine radio. That's an Icom M323G with built-in GPS. I've probably had it about 5 years roughly, and that's been a good unit. But today, when I was trying to send a signal, that was either turning off or a battery light was coming up on the screen. So obviously, but if you flick it to 1 watt output instead of 25 watt output, that worked fine. So it sort of tell me when that's being cranked up to full power, someone's gone down to earth and that's pulling it down and knocking it out. Well, we'll have a little look inside it, because that ain't worth paying for. They're only about, I think, about 250 quid to buy new. That ain't worth paying something to repair it, and it's 5 years old and all that. So we'll have a look at repairing it ourselves. We'll have a look inside. Well, no one want to see me undo loads and loads of screws. If you look here, like there, another 3 on the top. They're a longer self-tapper. Already took most of them out. So there's 6 around the main base, then 1, 2, 3, 4 around the back. So we'll get the rest of them out and go from there. Well, that's just the last couple of screws. I'll take the last couple out of the front. They're the longer ones. So they're about 12mm, 1/2 inch long. I've never looked inside one before. It might be quite interesting. And obviously take the last 2 little ones out the back. Tight, that one. Well, that's it. All the screws are out. See the front fascia's coming off, and the back will push through. If you look there, there's a nice thick rubber seal, what they locate all the way around it. So I'll put that to the side. And now I'll separate the back from the front. There's a ribbon cable there. Just gently pull that, get it out. And there's another cable here. Just gently get the plug and pull that out. Now I'll separate the back from the front. I'll have a quick look in here, and everything looks spotless. I can't see any issues anywhere. Everything looks very clean. There are the power connections. They all look good. But these obviously get flexed, so we can test these to start with. I've got my trusty multimeter. Put it on resistance. You can see it there. Overload my open circuit. So what I'll do is I'll put these together to test it. Ooh, it's really a little bit high. And my leads isn't far from perfect. Yeah. Well, if you think both of them leads measure 6.3 ohms, that's basically what they're reading. Anyway, so yeah, them leads are good. Don't know, I'm getting funny readings on my meter. My leads must be a bit shot. Well, this part looked very good and clean and lovely inside. So I'll put this out of the way, and then we'll have a look at the front. It's looking pretty good. Oh, now you see something. If you look around the switch, look, that's loose. There's a bit of corrosion around it. I don't know if you can see it. That switch is loose. I never noticed that before. Look, there's corrosion around that switch. So we'll see if we can get it off. It's tight. There we go. The switch has just come off. And there's a little sleeve, a spring. And if you look there, there's a nut. And that's loose. And there's corrosion in there. The way you can see it. What I'll do is I'll unplug that. See, look how loose that nut is. It must have come undone with vibration. Do my little socket set. There it come. And just push it out. I don't know how well you can see it, but there's definitely corrosion on there. Let's see if we can put more light on it and see if we can see it any better. There you go. Can you see it now? See all the corrosion on the pins on the back? So obviously they're the switch wires that connect to the board, and they're the ones on the right hand side where they solder the component in. It's like some sort of variable resistor, I imagine. So that could be shorting out. That definitely need a clean. That didn't look good at all. Well, I just tested that switch and I did get a short across a couple of the pins as intermittent shorting out. So that corrosion has obviously gone across there, so I'll clean them pins up. We'll see if I can find a little brush. Well, I've got an old toothbrush from yesteryear. Let's see if we can clean some of that corrosion away with that. You really want a little brass brush for this, but I ain't got one. I think that's quite aggressive enough. Got any pointy probes. Oh, that flicked off well then. Just giving them a good clean out. It's obviously got underneath the lacquer. Cause an issue. I'd rather be delicate and take a little bit longer. That's come up pretty good now. If you look at it, it looks spotless. Can't complain with that. I hope that's focusing right for you, but that switch all looks spotless now, all nice and clean. So I can't see any other corrosion or anything anywhere, so I might as well put that back together and see how we go. Hopefully it's just been shorting out on that switch. When I was keying up, that was going down to earth. So I can't see any more corrosion anywhere in it. Let's give that a go. Well, I've just got a little diddy ratchet, a little 10mm socket. That seemed to be the size of this little lock nut on the switch. So now you put this back together. I can't see any more corrosion, hopefully it's just that. So I'll just push that in, put the washer on it, drop the nut. It's in the direction. I like to start it first before we put the socket on it really. That probably don't need tight, just do it finger tight really. a slight nip, but they don't really need much. Put the little spring sleeve on and push the button back on. Where is it? Straight on there, isn't it? See, I do two things. I do a double switch between volume and squelch. Just put the pin back in, the plug. Push that down gently. Can't see no more corrosion, hopefully it'll just be that. And now I'll get the old back. Obviously, this cable on the back here, that goes to the one in the board. Right here, push it down. That ribbon cable go in there. Just line it up. It's quite delicate. Just line it up. It's lined up. Be a bit awkward to go in. There it go. You've got to be firm with it. Got to be firm plugging that in, but not too firm because you don't want to crease the ribbon or you'll be stuffed really. So if you look at this seal, there's like little lugs on it. So that has got to locate in there and that locate there positively. Well, everyone know Icom radios are very good. So we'll then put this back on. So I made sure the seal is all pushed home all the way around it. You've got the 4 screws there and then 2 the other ends, you know which way it go. So them 4 screws tally up with them 4, and them 2 there tally up with there. So what I'll do is I'll push that in, right to the back, hold it forward, and make sure I've got all the cables. Push that fully home. What I will do, I'll get some of the short screws and I'll just start them. Once I start, I don't got to worry about falling out. So now I can just push that home. And get the old long screws. Just start them off. I'll put the rest of the screws in. No one want to watch me do that. I'll be boring as hell. Just putting in screws. So I'll get back when I've done it. Well, that's now all back in. The 6 screws on the back of the fascia and the 6 screws in the back of the heatsink all back together. The only thing to do is try it. Let's hope that works. All because the little lock nut on the back of the switch come loose and that got dampness in there. Because there's a lovely thick seal around the back of the fascia. There's another O-ring in the back there. But that switch come loose. That's nice and firm now. Let's hope that works. Anyone want to tell us, go and try it, isn't it? Well, that's all back together and I just powered it up with a battery. I can't be bothered to take it back down the boat now. I'll put it on a channel where it ain't to cause no problems and just press the transmit button and the battery sign ain't coming up and it's not turning off. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've done it 20 times now and that was cutting out every time virtually, so that like a good one. Very lucky. You didn't normally, not normally that lucky. You normally got to bin him and buy a new one. But there you go, that's life. All that just from a little lock nut come loose. Okay, thanks for watching, boys and girls. Hope you lads have 'em. Catch you another time. Bye.